Alrighty, what is going on everyone? I hope you're doing okay and welcome back to our 6th installment in the WoW Classic Gold Farming series that I'm doing. So as you can see today, we're on our way to Blackfathom Deeps. Before we go any further, let me just start out by saying if you haven't seen the last video in the series, then I recommend you going to check that out now. You can find that in a card in the upper right hand portion of the screen right now. So anyway, as you can see, we're right here in Blackfathom Deeps. Now, this dungeon is done in typically 3 pools. We're only going to be doing a specific portion of the dungeon. Now, the reason behind this is because I've done a couple of test runs, and obviously, as you know if you've been here before, it's quite a large dungeon. Also, it's not really effective in terms of the layout of the instance. So what I mean by that is there's loads of little obstacles that you got to jump over, and obviously when you do go over these, the mobs won't follow you or anything like that. So in a second, you're going to see all that anyway. So let's talk buffs. Right now, as you can see, we're using Devotion Aura, so we're going to change that to Retribution Aura. Also, we're going to give ourselves a Greater Blessing of Wisdom, and we're going to use Divine Favour. Also, we've got a Stamina Food buff, so we'll use that right now. And we've got an Elixir of the Sages, so we'll use that as well. Now, also, in case you're wondering what this is, it's not actually a debuff. It's a buff. Obviously you get this from 2 separate locations in the dungeon, and I'll show you where you can get one of them in a second. But obviously, as you can see, it gives you 5 intellect, 5 spirit, and plus 15 frost damage. Obviously we're not going to be using any frost spells today, but the intellect and spirit is handy, so we'll go with it. And as always, let me start out by showing what gear that I'm using. Tier 2 helmet, Choker of the Fire Lord, Lawbringer shoulders, Brightcaster cape, Demon Forge breastplate, Gallant's wrist guard, 12 Syrah, Skullflame shield, Briarwood reed, Paladin book reward from Dire Maul, Nagel ring, Songstone of Ironforge, Lawbringer boots, Lawbringer legs, Belt of the Ordained, Dracorian gauntlets. As for talents, you can see that I've got 31 points in Holy, 13 points in protection, and 7 in retribution. Okay, so with that being said, guys, let's get into the pool, shall we? So we'll reset the timer and start now. So what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to completely skip all of these mobs at the start, just because, as you can see, it's quite a long distance to this little lake bit here, and there isn't really many mobs, so it's not really worth our time doing it. So we'll just skip these guys right here. And then we'll swim over here. So here's one of the downsides that basically just makes this, you know, a lot longer than what it has to. Obviously you've got to run all the way here. Just jump over these, it's nice and easy, it's not too difficult. Just make sure that you don't do it too soon or too late. Just like that. So, continue running up here. We'll skip all these as well. And we're nearly there now, guys. See, this room here again, because it's near enough all surrounded by water, there's just no point doing it. I know that obviously there's a boss here. There's a chest thing up there, I'm not sure how you do that. Actually, I'll tell you what, we'll pause the timer. Before we go any further, let me just show you where there's a quest. Because obviously, I wouldn't normally show you this, but this quest is very easy to do. We're going towards one of these bosses anyway. Obviously, the quest is to kill one of the bosses here, and obviously, by the time we're done, we're basically at that boss anyway, so you may as well get it. Plus, when you do it, it gives you Argent Dawn reputations. I did it personally because obviously I wanted a reputation, and every little bit helps, right? So anyway, so what you do is you just go over here. I'm pretty sure it's this one here. Yeah, it's right in there. So you just swim over to here. And he's right here. This guy. So yeah, you just accept the quest from him, and obviously go kill the boss that it tells you to kill, and it gives you 22 reputation for that. Obviously keep in mind that I'm a human as well, so I get a little bit extra. Right, so once we get to here where this turtle boss is, obviously we come from that little cave there. So what we do is we literally go straight forward from there, and we go over to here. So we'll continue the timer, sorry. Also, before we get into the pool, guys, remember how much gold I've got at the start? 332. Okay, so this is where the first pool is going to begin, guys. So what we'll do is we'll use Seal of Light, and we'll start by grabbing this mob here. Grab this guy, grab this one. That one there. We'll throw ourselves a holy shock. This one here. Round them all up, drop down consecration, and there we go. Right, we won't bubble just yet. Make sure you dispel that poison as well. Right, we'll drop consecration. Right, we'll bubble now, heal ourselves. Drop down consecration again. Always dispel that poison because it hits quite hard. Nice and easy. So yeah, this is one annoying thing about this place. Obviously, all of these mobs will run away when they get to low HP, and unlike the lower level ones, they don't slow down when they get to low HP either. So it gets kind of annoying. It slows you down a bit. But yeah, that's pool number 1, guys. So let's loot everybody up, shall we? Okay, before we go any further, as I said at the start of the video, I'll show you how to get that buff. So literally, this is the first location where you get it. So all you do is click on this shrine, and there you go. Gives you the buff. So we'll just heal ourselves up now. Rebuff. Restart the timer. We'll drink up in a second. Ah, we're still in combat though. There. Right, let's get this guy. There we go. Right, mana up. So if you're enjoying the video as well so far, guys, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Okay, let's continue. Right, usually there's a chest there as well. Okay, so we'll just skip that guy for now so we can grab these here. Ah, there's the chest, look, but it's locked. Yep, so we'll just grab this one. we'll go down here. We'll leave them up there because there's not really much point getting them. Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed as well, guys, but I'm trying to strafe. I don't even know if I'm doing it right, to be honest, because it's not really something that I've really done before. Obviously, if you've been watching most of my videos, you'll know that I don't really do that. I just run straight through them and whatnot. Yeah, anyway, so what we do is we bring them to this little, the end of the cave here, and we just drop down Consecration and AoE them down. And obviously, as you know, this is pool number 2, guys. Be aware as well, right? When they start running, they'll probably aggro some of those around there. But yeah, it's nothing too major to worry about. And there we go, guys. Pool number 2. And as you can see, the mob still hasn't ran back to us, which is very similar to Wailing Caverns, if you remember, where they didn't do that. Bit annoying, but you know, it is what it is. So let's just heal ourselves back up, get some mana, and get ready for the third and final pool, guys. Making pretty decent time as well so far. It's less than 10 minutes in and we're nearly done. Okay, rebuff ourselves as well. Right, let's do this. Let's go! So we'll grab this guy here. Now, before on my my trial runs, I did try and do a huge pull here because obviously, as you can see, with all these like stairs and whatnot. There's another chest there as well, by the way. Yeah, with all these stairs and whatnot, it's quite good to do line of sight and stuff. But unfortunately, there was just too many for me and I couldn't do it. So we'll just go grab all these up here. Grab you. Get off a quick heal if I can. There we go. Throw ourselves a quick holy shock. Alright, let's run around here for the line of sight. Drop down Consecration, and there we go. Pool number 3. Now I know there's a lot of mobs in this room here, which is where the boss is. And obviously not to worry about that, because when these start dying, they'll aggro them and bring them to us. So we're getting ready for the bubble now, I think. Yep, there we go, bubble. Heal ourselves to full. Pop a mana potion as well, I think. Run around the corner here. Try concentration again. Just finishing these last ones off now. Right, we're getting quite low on HP as well, so I think we'll give ourselves a holy shot. Nice and easy. There we go. Right. Oh, we didn't aggro them. But yeah, as you can see, look, it's exactly the same as Wailing Caverns with all of these, look. They just don't want to come back to you for some reason. It's really strange, but, you know. It is what it is. Right, so I'm just going to speed the video up now, just so you don't have to sit and watch this, because this is really annoying. I don't know why they're running away from me. I mean, come on guys, this ain't fair. I'm not that ugly. Come on. There we go. Right, is that all of them? No, apparently not. Well, I don't know. I can't see any. Okay, we'll continue on with the video. Right, so I've just paused the timer a second there, as you can see. So, as I mentioned before with that quest, this is the boss that you have to kill for it. So, you know, all you do is simply just kill him and take his head, and then go back to Darnassus to hand it in. But yeah, this is the end of the run, guys. As you can see, we did it in about 15 minutes. Obviously, we spent about three or 4 minutes just chasing all them down. And obviously we still not managed to kill them all, which is annoying. Before we go any further, let's just kill this guy just to get his items. Ah, there they are, there's 2 of them. 3 of them. 4 even. Alright, has that worked? Nope, there's still more out there. Okay, that doesn't matter. Right, let's HS out of here to the vendor. Okay guys, so here we are at the vendor in Astronar. Now obviously if we open up all of our bags, you can see that we now have 334 gold, which if you remember at the start of the video, we started off with 332, so straight away that's a 2 gold increase. Now before we start to sell anything, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up all of these clams, because as you can see right now, they're at 21 copper for the vendor price, and then obviously when we open it, the meat, if you vendor it, is 22, so obviously straight away there's an extra copper. But obviously I'm pretty sure hunters use these for feeding their pets, but if not, I'm pretty sure they're in a lot of cooking recipes anyway, so you might have a high chance of selling them on the auction house, which is as you can see, it's about 3 silver for one of them. So it's entirely up to you what you want to do with that. You can either vendor it or you can post it on the auction house. So we'll just open all of these quickly like I just said. Okay, and also, as you just see me open all of them, we got one of these as well, one of these pearls. So again, if you want to vendor that, that's a nice 7 silver increase, or obviously you can sell it on the auction house for about 13 silver. So for the purpose of the video, what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to be selling absolutely everything. So let's begin, shall we? And there we go guys, 338 gold. So from that run, just from purely vendor and everything, we've got an increase of 6 gold. Now before we say that straight away, obviously we've got a repair bill which you need to take into account, so we'll take that away right now. We're back down to 337 gold. So even still, a nice 5 gold increase even after the repair bill. Now obviously taking into account that that was just in 15 minutes, But don't get too excited because there's a lot of other variables with this instance. Now, as you know, if you're an alliance player, this place is the closest vendor. Fortunately though, if you're a horde player, here's the closest vendor, which obviously the instance is just there. So if you're horde, this is very good, but if you're alliance, you've got to waste time running all the way back out of the instance and then all the way back down to here, which I did do that on my last run, and I can tell you now it takes you nearly 10 minutes to do it. So straight away adding an extra 10 minutes onto this timer, which gives you about 25 minutes in total. So how many runs per hour can you do? Well, you can do about 2 runs an hour. Obviously you can't just run out and reset it, because obviously you'll have nearly full bags by the time you're done, as you've seen with me. So you've got no choice but to come back to the vendor. Unless of course you're an engineer or something where you can create a repair bot. Now obviously there are some good loot in this dungeon. If we take a quick look at the Atlas loot and go down to the trash items, we can see there's quite a few good twink items, specifically this one, which is worth about 200 gold. You've also got this, which is worth again nearly 100 gold. You've got this staff, which is worth about 20 gold, and this staff as well, which is worth another 100 gold. So there are quite a lot of items in here that are potentially well worth your time, which is, in my opinion, these items would be the only reason why I'd entertain the idea of even coming here. Fortunately for me, on my very first test run, I actually had this drop, as you can see right here. But again, that for me was just a fluke. You know, you're not really going to see an item like that dropping every run, unfortunately. And of course, with that in mind, going by the hourly rate, you're looking about 10 gold an hour. So is this dungeon viable? Not really, no. Obviously 10 gold is very low. I'm basically going off the off chance that you do get one of these blues, which is highly unlikely. There are a lot of better instances out there for you if you're going to be doing this type of thing. I'm just doing this video just to give you guys ideas and to show you what's worth it and what's not worth it at the end of the day. So yeah guys, on that note, it's the end of the video.
And as always, if you've not already, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel, as this helps me out massively. But when you do, don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified when I release new videos. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, then show some support by giving it a thumbs up and sharing it with your friends. Well, until the next time, see ya.